Hello, and welcome to another video on Explained. As you can see, we are doing something a little bit different today. On the main screen, you can see that there's some changes. The first one would be the flight information. Because I am using SimToolkit Pro, and they have just updated to the 0.6, which comes with a few different changes, and I think they may have broke the map feature, so unfortunately I couldn't get the map working. Yeah, so we do not have a map today. Um, if you're wondering why that is playing up, it's just me refreshing it because I'm not sure why the red bar is sort of in the middle of the, well, I think it says that we are like in flight right now,
Captain, all passengers are now on board.
which we are not.
No problem, we're just waiting on ground to hand us the load sheet, then we'll be ready to go as well, thanks.
Anyway, welcome to, I believe this is Toronto. I'll just need to double check. Yes, this is Toronto. And you can see the city center at the background. Very beautiful. And today we are flying to Calgary, which is on the western side of Canada, if I am not wrong. And I'll just show you the beautiful downtown of Toronto, looking very good. And you may have noticed on the title or looking at this aircraft,
We're ready to go, Pierre, so once everyone's on board, please feel free to close the doors and we can get going.
Okay, great. Almost done.
So as you can see, we are flying something quite different today. Not the usual 737. This is the
Passengers are on board and doors have been closed.
Thank you.
so this is the 737-600, which WestJet actually flies. And then we also have um, the modern cockpit, which is basically pretty much the same as the normal 737 cockpit. There's no difference.
Ladies and
Let's
gentlemen,
turn
good
that
evening,
on.
welcome aboard the aircraft. My name's Steve, I'm your pilot this evening, along with First Officer David, and your senior flight attendant Alana, who, with the rest of the crew, will shortly be making her way around the cabin. Make sure you're comfortable and ready to get us on our way. We're not actually anticipating any delays, so we should be arriving on time at our destination. The guys on the ground have just finished loading the final bits of luggage into the aircraft, so we should be on our way very shortly. We are just waiting to receive pushback and taxi clearance before we can start moving towards the runway. But if you could help the cabin crew by getting yourselves comfortably with seatbelts fastened, that would be fantastic. In the meantime, once airborne, we'll be starting our in-flight services. But for now, I'd like to thank you for choosing to fly with us today, and I hope you enjoy the flight. Thank you.
Alright, now the announcement is out of the way. We have already started our APU. APU should be starting fairly soon. Yep, there we go. We have APU. Okay, and we are climbing to flight level 400 today. And the elevation for Calgary is 3,606 feet. So, well, that's too much. 3,600. There we go.
Okay, aircraft, this will be a three-person wireless headset push.
And if you haven't seen my previous videos, you may be wondering why we have that sound. And that is because I have updated the Better Pushback sound pack. And I'll put the link on the description below if you are interested. We have to turn that on. Is the door closed? Yep, the door is closed. Frame rate is a little bit choppy here.
Okay, copy. Ease off, door lights out, bypass pin is in, park brake set, walk around complete, bin doors and access panels secure, safety zone is clear.
Just make sure that we disconnect everything. Doors are locked. Alright, park brake can come off.
Copy, park brake release, clear, start both engines.
No, do we not have the HUD for captains? I thought we do. I'll just come here and double check because I do like to have the HUD, but they may not have it on the 737-600. Let me have a look here. Oh, there we go. We do. It's over here. Alright.
Cabin crew, please arm doors, thank you.
Okay, we can turn off the packs.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the crew, I ask that you please direct your attention to the monitors above as we review the emergency procedures. There are 6 emergency exits on this aircraft. Take a minute to locate the exit closest to you. Note that the nearest exit may be behind you. Count the number of rows to the
So today we are taking runway 33 right.
Stay calm and listen for instructions from the cabin
So
crew.
that will be
Drop down from above your seat. Place the mask over your mouth and nose, like this.
so if we
Hi, Captain. The cabin is secured. All doors, contact. We're ready to go.
Thank you.
if we taxi out, we have to turn left, and we are not actually that far away, so we can start both engines. We are clear left and clear right. Dark pressure is good. Lights on. Start number
That's
2.
parking brake.
Park brake. Right. Okay. I'll have to set the joystick settings. I'll do that once we have started number 2. So we have enter VGT N1 fuel flow, oil pressure is good. Right, we have started number 2. Let me just adjust the settings here. So I've got the profile for the Zibo, so just set that there and we should be good. There we go. Alright, start number 1 and we are clear left. And we should start the clock. Alright, we have N2 EGT and 1 oil pressure is coming up. 24. Alright, 2 good engines.
Okay, tow bar disconnected and bypass pins removed. Have a good one, guys.
I feel like the engine noise is pushback is clear. I'll just try to increase the volume here. It's a little bit quiet. So we are clear left and we are clear right. Brake off, lights on, and let's go. So I'm not sure if the cockpit of the 737-600 is like this modern. I feel like this is just like a copy from the 737-800. The Dash 600 series might be a little bit older, I would say. I'm not sure. Like, I've never like looked at the pictures or I've never like flown this. This is actually my first time, so I can't say for sure. Um, all right, we have trucks coming. They are not stopping. We are not stopping either. We have just crashed over. Let's turn left here. We will take the next one. This one. I don't know what this is. Is this like alpha? I can't see the sign. Anyway, we are turning here, whatever this is, and we can start prepping the aircraft. So flaps 5, trim is 4.6 set, takeoff briefing, cabin, we can tell cabin crew to take their seats.
Cabin crew seats for takeoff, please.
Alright, cabin is secure. MCP, we can go heading select. Transponder TARA. It's a bit laggy. Um, it's the terminal that is using up quite a bit of frame rates. Transponder TARA. Strobe light can come on. Landing lights will be coming on when we get into the runway. So we can turn on the weather radar, and then over here we can turn on the terrain. Alright, I think we can actually take this right. So we are clear left, clear right. It's a pretty long runway and we are pretty light. So we are using a derate 2 takeoff. So you can see over here it says takeoff 2. Approach is clear, runway looks clear. Alright, as per usual, I'll put my mic down for the takeoff and then I'll come back to you once we get closer to Calgary. And then we may do a approach briefing for Calgary. But in the meantime, enjoy the takeoff and I'll talk to you all a bit later.
on runway 33 right.
knots.
100.
V1, rotate. Positive rate.
Positive flight.
$400. $1,000.
Alrighty, as you can see, we have started our descent into Calgary. It was a little bit turbulent during the flight, and now you can see that we have quite a strong headwind. So I have started a little bit of the setup for the approach. I've already set the ILS frequency and the course. Today we are using runway 29er, which is mostly headwind. Wind is coming from 280. We have 2 knots. I could use runway 35, which is nearly double the length, but um, I think we'll just stick to 29er. Altimeter is 2949er, so I'll set that to 49er and set that there. And we are going through some thick clouds. I do have NTIs on. Right, so we have NDB of Calgary 344, and that is set down here. That is for our go around.
1,000 to go.
And go around will be climb to 5,700 and make a right turn towards the NDB. Alright, we are clear of the clouds, and the ice can come off. Alright, so our iOS minimum is going to be 3,750 feet. There we go. Do we have the performance? No. Okay. So we have no performance on the EFB. Our approach speed is going to be about 132. So that should be alright if we use auto brake 2. We should be able to get away with that. Alright, I think we are pretty much set. So as you can see, we are going to be turning a left here and then turn into Singi or Simji, and then we can make a right turn and join Henry. That will be our final approach over there. So we will continue our descent down to 5,100 feet, and that is at Henry. So we'll just go level change, just to make sure that we don't stop the descent. And we can turn on the lights, not the taxi lights. Alright, everything is pretty much set. And if you cannot tell, it is actually evening, but it is very far north here, so we still get sunlight. I'm not sure if we can get to 5,100 if we just go straight. We might be able to. So if we just put in some speed brake, then we can just like go straight from Pendle and then make a turn at Henry. It is a little bit gusty, as you can see, and we have the the airport in sight, just to the right.
Cabin crew, please prepare the cabin for land. Thank you.
So we'll just go ahead and select over here, and we'll just manually vector ourselves to Henry. And I'll just slow down to flaps up speed. Alright, over here it says our course is 287, so I'll just correct that to 287 because there is some difference between what is on the FMC here and the real life chart. So we'll just follow what it says over here. Descent checklist pressure, we have 3600 or 3600. We can start making the turns over
1,000 to
here.
go.
And that is our localizer. We have overshot it a little bit. We can just correct that as we are coming in. I'll just go localizer, and that will bring us back. So we'll just stay on this altitude and wait for the glide slope. NTIs is off and not required. Approach briefing, we have done that. Fuel, we have just under 4 tons. Speed, we have flaps 30, 127, so that will be 132. Start switches, continuous, recall, check, speed brake, arm, landing gear, can come down a little bit later when we have the glide slope. So we can actually go flaps 1 now. And go flaps 5. And then go gear down. Alright, gear down 3 green, flaps 10 and flaps 15. Auto brakes is 2. Alright, we have glide slope alive. Let's go approach, and we have glide slope on standby. Alright, cabin is secure, and you can see the Calgary city just to our left. Very beautiful. And as per usual, oh, I don't know what's happening with the trim. That's a bit aggressive. What's our go around? Go around is 57. Set that there. Flaps 25. And flaps 30. Alright, landing checklist complete, lights on, and we are clear to land. As per usual, I'll leave my mic down here to focus on the landing, and then I'll talk to you all once we are on the ground.
1,000 feet, stabilized, Mr. Birch, altitude set.
Approaching 29.
Approaching minimums. 200. Minimums. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Long landing, 6,000 feet remaining, 5,000 remaining.
80 knots.
Alright, welcome to Calgary. That landing was actually pretty good. I think we floated a little bit too long, but overall it's a pretty decent landing. Let's go ahead and turn off the lights over here, turn on the APU. Not sure why our position lights wasn't turned on. Did I forget to turn that on? Anyway, let's make a right turn here. And flaps up. So we have 155 feet for our landing. That is pretty good. Right, turn that to auto. APU blade can come on. I think we are parking over there. So cross runway 17 right. And runway and approach is clear, nothing on the TCAS. So for anyone who have made it this far, thank you for watching. And
Approaching 17 right.
if you enjoyed this video, feel free to give me a thumbs up. That will be very much appreciated. If you have any questions, any suggestions, any feedback, leave them in the comments below. I do read every one of your comments. And if you have any questions, I'll try to help. I cannot guarantee that I know the questions. I mean, I wouldn't guarantee that I have the answers to your questions, but I'll try. We can take the next left here. And if you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe. I do post videos pretty regularly, I would say, maybe like once or twice a week. I do fly maybe more than that, but yeah, I don't post those videos that I don't really like. So yeah, usually I get about maybe 2 videos a week, maybe more, maybe less. But yeah, I would say average is about 2. Yeah, so feel free to subscribe and press the bell notification if you don't want to miss out any of my upcoming videos. If you want to watch my previous videos, they are on my playlist, Explain 11. You can find that playlist on my YouTube channel, and you can watch my other videos. And I've also launched my Patreons, so if you want to support me, support my work, I will very much appreciate that. It does take quite a lot of time and effort to make sure that everything looks good. Um, Make sure that sceneries, the aircraft, everything is looking you know as good as possible, and that takes a lot of time. I try not to edit a lot of my videos because it does take a lot of time to do that, to export, to do all those things. So I use OBS. So yeah, you may see some weird like cuts, especially like during the climb and then to the descent. You will see a cut. That is because I just post the OBS and then just resume it when I want to start recording the descent. That just saves me like maybe 2 hours a day from editing. So yeah, but yeah, definitely feel free to check out my Patreons. If I get enough people there, then I'll definitely be a lot more active as well. I'll also be uploading videos over there, so you get like early access to my videos. You might get to chat with me. You will have like a exclusive platform to vote on like what I should post or fly. So yeah, definitely go check that out. Switch over to the APU. very close. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, park brake on. Um, Transponder off. Fuel can come off. Lights off. Seatbelts off. Cabin lights on, and done. Welcome to Calgary. I'm not sure why the gate doesn't work here. So I'll just let self-loading cargo do its thing.
Aircraft is secure, please open doors, thank you.
They will unload the passengers, and once that is done, we will have a look at the playback of the landing. Alright, here we go. Coming into land with the beautiful backdrop of Calgary City. During the landing, as you can see, the iOS, it wasn't really following it. It was pitching up and down very aggressively. So I took control of it. And I think we did a pretty alright job. Yeah, I think we just sort of like at the end of the touchdown zone, which is not ideal. Let's have a look over here. Yeah, it was quite gusty as well. Yeah, and it floated a little bit here. I would love to sit on this left side of the aircraft and see this landing with the city backdrop. That is very beautiful. Let's have a look on the left side. And there we go. There you have it. A beautiful landing in Calgary. Let's have a look at the airport. This is actually a pretty nice airport. There's some issues. Hopefully, maybe they'll work it out in the future. I don't think they've updated this airport for quite a while. So yeah, hopefully they will do some work on this airport and make it a little bit better. There's some marking issues, and I think the AutoGate have some issues over there as well. But overall, it's been a really good flight. I hope you all enjoyed this. Let's have a look at the city. Beautiful. If you want to download this scenery, it is on forums.explain.org. You can find it on Google, so you can just Google it. Oh, yeah, I think that's the maintenance space for WestJet. But yeah, very beautiful. And look at that sunset. It is. They do have a very long day up here, given that it is summer right now, so they have pretty much long days, short nights. And yeah, great flight. Hope you all enjoy it. Definitely check out my other videos if you haven't already done so. And I will see you all in the next video. And also remember to check out my Patreons. I'll put that on the end of the video, which is coming up in a few seconds. So you can click on the link and support me if you want. But other than that, I'll see you all on the next video.